So there's been a lot of talk about stability on the 2013 water-cooled GS1200, and after riding it quite a bit and learning how the bike works, I thought I'd explain stability and what you should be thinking about when you're commenting on stability. One of the first things you have to realize is that your body plays a big part in stability. Generally, when the engineers are designing the bike, they put a certain amount of rake and trail into it, and that gives the bike a certain feeling when you're riding it. Now, if you were to just let go of the handlebars and hit the handlebars, as you can see here in this video, that will show the inherent qualities of the bike. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but what's happening when people say a bike feels unstable is when it does shake or wag a little bit, they hang on and then sort of amplify the effect of the bike, rocking back and forth. If they would loosen up and let go of the handlebars, the bike would straighten itself out. But when they start talking about getting tank slappers and head shake, it's often because they become an added weeble wobble onto the back of the bike. So for lack of a better scientific term, your ballast weight or your body is going to affect the chassis quite a bit. Now, if you're loose and relaxed and in balance, like you're supposed to be, you can watch and see what the bike does here. Now, this bike was fully loaded. I was out touring around. I had, about 20 pounds in each pannier, and I'm in this video sitting back farther in the seat than I should, which would make the bike less stable because I'm transferring weight onto the back of the bike, making the front end lighter. For this test, I did it on pavement, I did it on dirt, I did it while accelerating as much as I could because I had to hold the throttle. I did it on decelerating when I would gas it, roll the throttle off and let go, and then go. Also, because of the cruise control, I was able to do it at a constant speed. And so I did this in all these different scenarios just to see how the chassis would work. The worst it would do would possibly be to kind of correct itself and go back to the other side. Now you enter the area where we're talking about what a steering damper might do. Now, a steering damper would initially help dampen the force when you hit the handlebar so it wouldn't go as far, but mostly what it would do would allow the bike to slowly track back to center or go back to center and then stop wagging like it naturally does. It's sort of like a pendulum. It's got to swing for a second to get itself back, so it might do one shake of the bars, but quickly it tracks back into a straight line. Where the confusion seems to be coming from is the fact that the GS has a very light steering feel. Now, just because the handlebars don't put up a lot of resistance to inputs, sometimes when a rider gets out of weight or it hits a bump and then overcorrects, and then the bike reacts trying to straighten it back out, the rider overcorrects, and it becomes a little bit of a game. That's confused with stability. So you can't confuse light steering and stability on a bike, and if the riders that are complaining about it would just let go of the handlebars, the bike would try to fix itself. But of course a rider can't necessarily let go of the handlebars because that's not safe riding. So don't try this at home, and hope I cleared up a little bit of that confusion.